action, people. Let's say you're having fun with your Evel Knievel stunt cycle, and in the course of events, you happen to break off the pin that goes into the launcher. Sometimes that means that you just became the proud owner of the world's most exciting paperweight, but I have found a simple and cheap repair that can save some of these in many cases. And this applies whether you, now this time today, I do happen to have the pin that broke off, but this can also work if you cannot recover the pin. Okay, so let's take a look at how to get this done so that you can get back into action. First thing we're going to do is take a round toothpick, and we're going to go for the strongest part of it in the center, and we're going to cut off a piece. I'm guessing that we're looking at about a 1/2 inch. You're going to want to have a little extra length on it, and you will need to trim it at some point. So you don't have to be too exact about it, but you want to leave a little extra so that you can trim it down. And also, if you're going to be doing this repair on the left-hand side of the bike, there's a lot of clearance inside. There's a lot of clearance inside for extra room, so the peg can be longer, and that'd be all right. All right, next thing, we're going to start with usually the favorite super glue of your choice, but I'm having success with Gorilla Glue, so that's what I'm going with. And my Gorilla Glue takes a day to fully cure, so I do the repair one day, and then I start playing with the stunt cycle again on the next. It'd be nice if it worked faster, but at least it works. And with Gorilla Glue, you got to get a little bit of moisture on there because it cures with water. And in this case, I do have the old peg, but I have done a repair without it, and it also worked. So, apply a little bit of the glue. And I'm going to get some glue into the old peg. And this Gorilla Glue expands like crazy, so after you get the piece together, you will want to, I already know this is going to be a little bit too long, so I'm going to trim this off. But you have a pretty good amount of clearance on the left-hand side of the stunt cycle inside the wheel well for a little bit of toothpick to be showing through, so don't worry too much about that. On the right-hand side, it's much more precise. You got to be inside of that gear, or it'll give you fits. Okay, so I just placed the peg back on there, and now I need to keep an eye on this so that the peg remains straight while the glue is curing. Well, after a couple of minutes, I've already had to adjust this a couple of times to make sure that it lines up straight. And you definitely want to look at it from different angles, because it'll look okay from one angle, then you find out that it's bent out of shape when you look at it from another. So that's something that you got to do while the glue is setting up. Had a pretty brutal weekend. I broke 3 bikes, and I'm redoing the repairs on these. I was able to save the pegs on 2 of them. I re-drilled the old toothpicks out of them and did the repair once again. So you can do these more than once in many cases. And the Gorilla Glue is setting up on these, so about every 5 minutes or so, I have to reposition the repair job so that they end up going into the launcher straight. And So this is something you can do over and over again before having to buy another stunt cycle, even though it's worth buying another stunt cycle eventually. I'm going to trim this to size with the Dremel. All right, this one I did not have the plastic peg for. So now that the glue is set with the toothpick, I'm thickening it up with a little bit of duct tape. It's amazing what duct tape can do. Okay, well that was a simple repair that you can do to save your stunt cycle. What repairs have you come up with? Leave a suggestion in the comments below. I would love to learn anything that you've learned along the way so that we can all keep doing more action.